I play a character named Guy, who is a kind of wandering sort of scavenger that they meet in the first movie, and I fall in love with the character of Eep, who's played by Emma Stone. And Guy is a little bit more advanced than the Croods. He's been on his own forever, so he's cultivated all these other aspects of his personality and his I guess his arsenal of survival techniques are a little bit more advanced than the Croods. So he ends up being folded into their family in the first movie, and this movie is an extension of that. We pick up where we left off. Oh, it's so fun to slip back into the shoes of Guy, whatever those shoes are. I think there's some sort of hauled out bare feet or something. It's a little disturbing. It was like kind of, again, it's when you're doing a sequel to a film, it's always a great experience because so much of the blueprint and the groundwork's already been laid out for you, and you've established it in the first movie. So, I loved jumping back in there with these guys. Joel Crawford, our amazing director, and I always think of animated movies, they're like dance floors. You just get out there and you sort of freestyle. Animated movies I love because they're kind of written a little bit more slowly than a typical film. I sort of think of it like carving. You're kind of whittling away at this chunk of wood, and then it finally takes its shape and becomes the thing that it's meant to become. And that's at least my experience working on animated feature films. It's so much fun to work like that, to have that kind of time to do that as well, because they take a lot longer than a normal film. The cast is exceptional. I mean, I can't think of a more indelible voice than Nicolas Cage, or Emma Stone, or Cloris Leachman. These are all people that are legends in their own right, and the downside to working on a film like this or these animated types of films is that you don't spend a lot of time as a cast together, but you really get a sense of each other in hearing the other performances. So you're recording it over the course of 2-3 years, and you sort of have these little bookmarks along the way as to what your fellow castmates are doing with their characters, and you just you try to bring something to the table each time. So I think they'll be pretty excited. I mean, the Croods in this film, in Croods 2, they meet another family called the Bettermans, and they are in fact better in many, many ways. So we go on a bit of adventure with that. It's a bit of a culture clash between these two families, and I think there's a lot of oddly relatable types of things that happen when two clans clash like this. So I think people are going to really enjoy that dynamic and that interplay between these two groups.